then and only then can we make better and informed decisions. Let's bring ourselves out of this polarization rut. Let's bring ourselves out of useless debates. We want more useful debates, not useless arguments that keep us in strife, that keep us crazy as hell, that keep us delirious and in anger and doesn't move us forward, right? I'm coming from, especially if you are podcasters and YouTubers and even mainstream if you come across this. I didn't want to talk about Barry Wise and all these different people in such a way that I just feel I have all the answers, because I don't. I'm not in these people's skin. I can form opinions and judgments all day long, just like anybody else. But that's not what I wanted to do with this episode. What I wanted to do is to help us to understand why it is so much strife amongst issues that are wrapped around this. You understand what I'm saying? And to bring to light that if we want to get better and do better, we first have to be better informed. We first have to be and know and to understand that it is the information that we get when we first get it, what's true, what's not true, what stands, what does not stand. And then as we get more and more of that in, and then we're better able to say, okay. And then on top of that, we're able to say, you know what? I discern that there's more to the story than what they telling us. That's when you start digging deeper. That's when you start saying, okay, my antenna's going off. You understand what I'm saying? Or you may even say, I have a right to change my mind. I first thought this, but something's a little iffy here. You understand what I'm saying? And that's the uniqueness of who you are. And that's what your audience deserve. They deserve the uniqueness of who you are, making sure first that you're bringing them truthful and factual information as much as possible. I want to leave you with the Watergate story, very short. I remember reading a journalism book one time called The Elements of Journalism. And in that book, it stated the Watergate scandal. And I remember it was talking about news and how truthful and how factual news actually really is, especially when it moves fast. So it was talking about the Watergate scandal, and they was talking about how you can get facts, but not necessarily truth. You understand what I'm saying? And how those facts are presented, right? So let's just say I'm a journalist, and let's just say I get the facts and I bring you the facts. But guess what? I go and interview someone who was a part of the scandal and they know the truth. So even though I gave you the facts, there's always deeper levels to this game and deeper truths. Do you understand that? Facts are important. It establishes a story, but truth is when you really get down to the bone of it, and discernment is your God-given intelligence, okay? I want to leave you guys with that. I hope this bless you, as Dan Rather would say. Courage, my friends, courage.